Thank you, Dawes. I'm enjoying learning Python. I'm enjoying playing old school RuneScape, and I appreciate you interacting in a chat and watching. Thank you. What's up, Jason? I'm just following Python for Beginners, Learn Python in 1 hour by Programming with Mosh. I'm just following his instructions. Uh, it's uh, it's just instructions like to get familiar with. It's like a tutorial. It's like a little lesson, I guess, to get familiar with Python and the concepts, right? So he's just going through a bunch of stuff to get familiar with how Python works. So then later on, one can expand on those concepts and begin to do more with Python. You can follow along if you would like. I mean, that would be a lot of stuff going on. Chat video, my video, but you can follow along if you would like. Um, Humbled, you're learning to code too? Awesome. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun learning this, Jason. Well, I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to Python. I'm literally just following this video and learning as much as I can. Yes, you're right, Humboldt. You gotta start somewhere. That's right. Jason asks, what does Python do? And then Humboldt says, Python is a programming language, so you can make applications and stuff with it. Yeah, you can do a lot with Python. Like Humboldt said, you can make applications, you can make websites, you can do file management. It's used in AI and machine learning, so there's lots of uses. It's a very versatile programming language. So let's see what Copilot says with this code here. So Copilot says, sure, I'd be happy to explain this code to you. This code you've posted is actually two separate pieces of Python code. Let's break them down. Numbers equals range 5 comma 10 comma 2, and then of course those are in parentheses. This line of code creates a sequence of numbers from 5 to 10 exclusive, incrementing by 2 each time. The range parentheses function in Python is used to generate a sequence of numbers. In this case, numbers will hold the sequence brackets 5 comma 7 comma 9. Uh, okay, that's what it says there in that little explanation. The next part of the code is a simple The next part of the code is a simple for loop. Python. For number in range, parentheses 5, colon, print number. Okay. This loop will iterate over a sequence of numbers generated by range 5 in parentheses, which is in brackets 0, comma 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4. And then those brackets are in the explanation, not in the code, but in the explanation that Copilot is saying. In each iteration, it assigns the current number to the variable number. Then it prints it. So this loop will print the numbers 0 through 4, each on a new line. And then it says, please note that these two pieces of code are not connected in any way. If you intend to use the number sequence in a loop, if you intended to use the numbers sequence in for loop, you would need to modify the for loop to iterate over numbers instead of range 5 in the parentheses, for example. And then it shows an example. Numbers equals range 5, comma 10, comma 2 in parentheses for number in numbers, colon, print number in parentheses. This would print the numbers 5, comma 7, comma 9. Well, it says this would print the numbers 5, comma 7, comma and 9, comma each on a new line. And then Copilot says, I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any other questions. Interesting. Humboldt says, I don't know anything about Python, but in JavaScript and PHP, we have for loops too. Oh, nice. Humboldt says, it's a bit messy to understand in the beginning, especially with the complicated language, in my opinion. But once you understand, it's actually very simple. Ah, cool. Yeah, I mean, that's what most things, right? It seems daunting at first. Usually most things that you're new to seem daunting, and then you start to understand it, it seems more simple. Sometimes, with some things, you think you understand it, and you're not even close to understanding it, and then you realize the complexity of it. But either way, you're growing and learning and becoming better over time. So even if things become more complex, you start understanding those concepts, you practice it, and you grow from there. So that is the way of life. So now Mosh is going to start talking about tuples. And he's going to show an error, an example of an error. So let's try that. Yep, so that's the error there. Oh, wait a second, it's not the same errors. Here you go. Is it? Oh, no, it's a little bit different error because what did I do? I think so that's the same. Numbers equals parentheses 1 comma 2 comma 3. And it goes to the next line, types numbers equals bracket 0 equals 10. Yep. Okay. Yep, now my error looks like his error. So now he's showing what count does. So he's showing what would happen if we put 2 3s in the tuple. And then he's saying if we were to call count of 3, and he's going to show what we return, right? He said it would return 2. What did I do wrong? Did I do something wrong again? Alright, let's paste this into Copilot. And let's ask it if there's anything wrong with the code. So Copilot says, the code you've posted is almost correct, but it's missing one key aspect. Python requires you to call methods like count, .count parentheses, on an object. In your case, you're trying to call .count parentheses on the numbers tuple, but you're doing it on a new line. But you're doing it on a new line. Python doesn't know that numbers .count3 is associated with numbers equals 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 3 in parentheses because they're on separate lines. Here's how you can fix it. Numbers equals parentheses 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 3 in parentheses. Print parentheses numbers dot count parentheses 3 parentheses. This code first creates a tuple called numbers with the elements 1, 2, 3, and 3. Then it prints the count of the number 3 in the numbers tuple. The output of this code will be 2 because there are 2 occurrences of the number 3 in the tuple. I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any other questions. Okay, let's do that. So we need to do, mainly we're just putting print here. Print. Okay. And then we just need a parentheses. There we go. Fixed. Thank you, Copilot. Yes! 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 Okay, now I'm moving on to Mosh's other video, Python tutorial, Python for full course for beginners. It is a longer video, so I'm going to be following that now. What's up, Mr. Insane? Mr. Insane says, yo, if you need help, let me know. I have experience with Python. Okay, thank you, Mr. Insane. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, this, what I just did now with that video, I was following it along. I was following it. I think he was given an example of count, but in his example, I think he missed print within the parentheses here. So I pasted that code into Copilot. It showed the mistake. I learned from it. I typed it in. Boom! And we got the 2. Yes! Mr. Insane says, I'll be back in 10. Okay, cool, Mr. Insane. All right, so let's follow along with Mosh's next video now. And I think in that example, Mosh was explaining the specific, thing, the count that he was referencing. So that's why probably, he didn't put print in there. He was explaining what it would do. But when I tried to type it in, that print, I think it's called a function. The print function was missing. All right, so let's try this now. And I think this next video, from what I've seen, I haven't watched all of it yet, but I watched a tiny bit of it. From what I've seen, there are some things. There are some things that he goes over again that he went over in the video I was just following. So this video is going to be some repeat, but repeat is good when you're learning. So. But he does, from what I've seen, he does go over more topics, so that is good. Okay, yep, so that prints my name. Yeah, if anybody has any resources that they recommend, I have a few apps on my phone. I have a few sites that I can practice on. I have these videos. It's really helping practicing live here on YouTube with the chat. And a good resource, that I've been using is AI. I've been using Copilot, typing like I get an explanation from somebody on a video, right? And then I type the code into Copilot and get another explanation. So it's like, multiple sources of explanation. It's awesome. I love it. All right, so now Mosh is drawing a dog in my in PyCharm here using Python code. So this is what he did. He did parentheses. He did quotations, and then he did. I think he did. Did he do an O? Yeah, and then dashes, and then another quotations, and that's his dog there. All right. Oh no, that's not the full dog yet. Okay, so it is another line. Print. Okay. Quotations. And now he's going to do the legs. He says add a space. It is 4 vertical bars. All right. There you go. So there's the dog. So he says when you have quotations, you're defining a string. So we're multiplying this string by 10. There we go. There's our 10 asterisks. He says this piece of code is called an expression. And I think he says that an expression produces a value, so in this case 10, right? 10 asterisks. So now he's going to be talking about variables. And he says this is a floating point number or float for short. So there's integers and floats. And he's saying you can define a variable and set it to a string. What's up, Mr. Insane? Alright, let's see. Name equals. I was talking about Boolean values, true or false. Alright, so let's see is. Mr. Insane says, sorry, did you ask something? I was muted. No, I didn't ask anything. I appreciate it, though. Full name equals John Smith. Age equals 20 is underscore new equals true. Alright, let me get Copilot to explain this here. Python says, sure, I'd be happy to explain this code to you. This is a simple Python code where three variables are being defined. Full underscore name equals John Smith. In parentheses, this line of code is creating a variable named full underscore name and assigning it to a string value, John Smith in parentheses. Line 2 is age equals 20. This line is creating a variable named age and assigning it to the integer value 20. Line 3 is underscore new equals true. This line is creating a variable named is underscore new and assigning it the boolean value true. In Python, true and false are boolean. Is it boolean or boolean? Boolean. Are boolean values that represent true values. They can be used to represent the outcomes of logical operations. Mr. Insane says, what are you trying to make? And then Mr. Insane says, or practice. This is practice. So I'm just trying to understand how Python works. So I'm watching this Python tutorial. The title of the video is Python Tutorial, Python Full Course for Beginners by Programming with Mosh. And he's going through, how Python works and showing people, I guess, just showing people how Python works, and then I guess showing the beginning concepts they need to know, so then later on one can expand into knowing and applying that into Python or future Python code or future Python projects. Mr. Insane says, so you're practicing variable creation and use? Yeah, he's going through variables, and now the next section of the video that he's saying is called getting input. So we'll see what he shows there. Ah, okay. Cool. He says this this concatenates or combines two strings. All right, so running it, and then let's put in our name. Okay. And then it says, hi, Christian. Cool. Oh, that's awesome. What platform are you live streaming on? Christian streams on YouTube. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. Whoa! Epic! Epic, 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 epic. My brain is flooding with dopamine right now. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Fireworks! Let's do this! Celebration! Celebration! Okay, so Whoa, what was that? Did you see that? What the hell? They were like falling or floating stars. Epic, 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 epic. Whoa, look at this. What are those star things? Oh, I keep zoning out. Come on, man. Look, what are those stars? I've seen those falling stars more today. I don't even know if I've seen them before, but I've seen them 3 times today, I'm pretty sure. What are those things? Dun, 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 dun. Oh no! Uh-oh, event. Let's do it. There. What's up, Jojo? So what are you up to now since you got your agility to 99? Slayer. Okay. Nice. Jojo says, I'm killing hellhounds right now. I only have a vague idea of what Slayer is, I think. And I'm guessing hellhounds are a type of mob. Jojo says Slayer is basically you go to a Slayer master and they tell you to go kill this mob this many times. Ah, okay. Thank you for explaining that to me, Jojo. I appreciate it. Jojo says, then you level up and unlock more monsters you can fight. That's awesome. Very cool. $75 woodcutting hype. How many logs you got? Let's see. $317. Uh-oh. Alrighty, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you for watching. We made progress in Python. We made progress in old school RuneScape. We got some woodcutting XP. Thank you for interacting and watching. Jojo, thank you for interacting and watching. Mr. Insane, thank you for interacting and watching. Humbled, thank you for interacting and watching. Jason, thank you for interacting and watching. Dawes, I appreciate all of you. Have a good night, everybody. And I'll see you on the next live stream, okay? This was fun. I enjoyed it. Yes. Alrighty. See ya. Good night.